Sagittarius, the bow-hunting centaur, aims an arrow towards the stars with a divine, cosmically guided compass and a deep inner knowing that they will go far. Because it's time to explore, and it's time to expand, and it's time to say yes to having it all. And it's time to believe in the universe and to finally stop playing small. Are you ready to make a genuine, intentional change? Welcome to the MagicisMessy podcast. Sisters and misters, witches and wizards, freaks, geeks, and super awesome peeps, welcome back. Welcome back, front, side to side, to this Super MagicisMessy podcast ride. Welcome to all of you. This is a podcast where we bring clarity to our cosmic timepiece and translate a couple messages from the moon, because we're all feeling them. We're all swimming in the vibes of Mother Moon as she cycles through our skies. This is the podcast, ladies and gents, sisters and misters. This is the podcast where we make a genuine, intentional change and are not, I repeat, not afraid to get a little motherfucking messy. Am I right? Is it your first time here? Did you just find us? Welcome. Nice to have you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking around. And I really hope that you dig this episode, because it's a fun one. I should know I did the notes. Are you a returning listener? Are you coming back for more? Well, if you are, welcome back. You always, I know I say this often, but you have a piece of my heart. And I just want to send those boomerangs of gratitude, of just thanks, super thanks and appreciation. And super shout outs to all of you that are sharing and subscribing and supporting and have left messages on the IG or the FB or the Spotify message board. I just thank you. Thank you for all the energy, chickadees. Thanks for being here. Thanks for finding me. Thanks for coming back. And thanks for being a part of the MagicisMessy collective. My name is Kitty D. Ooh wee. And you are awesome for being here as always. Thank you. All right, cool. Are we ready? Are we ready though? Are we ready for this episode? Because I'm kind of psyched about it. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I'm super psyched about this one. And I'm not talking like, when I say ready, I don't mean like sort of ready or, yeah, I'll be ready in 15 minutes. Like, no, I mean, are you ready to say yes to the universe? Because this new moon of Sagittarius, the last new moon of the Gregorian calendar year 2025, and also super close to Yule, which is super great. What a great energy to, I always practice it, but the 13 wishes ritual, I don't know if you practice that. And I'm thinking about actually doing a workshop on it, because it has expanded for me in so many different ways that I know I do it a different way than maybe what you're seeing on the TikToks or the Facebooks or the really McDeals. But the 13 wishes ritual, along with the new moon, along with the winter solstice, this energy is straight up, dive in, trust fall. Oh my God, is this really actually happening? Say motherfucking yes to the universe, y'all. And yourself, by the way, on repeat energy. Saying yes to the universe and yourself on repeat energy. I felt that just saying it. There's them vibes, right? Like, drum roll, please. Summertime. Doesn't that start? Yeah, I think that drum roll, please starts the Summertime by the French Prince of Bel-Air. Anyway, Will Smith. Tangent. Sagittarius, y'all, is not here to play. That was our full moon in Gemini. That was a very playful full moon. Kind of like I said, we had the Scorpio new moon season. We had the sun season where that was some deep, dark, kind of dingy, nasty, dirty stuff. Nasty girls. That kind of stuff. And Gemini, full moon in Gemini, was the breath of fresh air. Like okay, we're coming out of that. Now Sagittarius, like I said, be a hero, baby. This is the real hero spot, where we get to work with straight up, now tell me, Paula, just the energy of the Sagittarius archer with that arrow going far. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, Sagittarius is not here. Sag. Let's just say Sag, because my brain moves a little bit too much. My brain moves a bit faster than my mouth at times. So I'm just going to say Sag. Sag is not here to play, baby. Oh no. Oh no. This huntress, this bow-wielding badass is here to motherfucking slay, okay? Like Beyonce. And if you're not ready, I think we're all ready. I think collectively we're ready, though. Aren't we ready? I don't think you're ready for this jelly. Beyonce, hey, there it is. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. Because this moon about to be bootylicious for you, babe. Dig it. So I think we're all collectively ready to slay and ready to just get out of the old. We're hearing the records, we're seeing the shadows, and I super love this triad. By the way, side bay tangent, Everett tangent. I super dig when you're riding the flow of what is going on with the cycles of the moon. And it takes a while. And if you are in the beginner phase, welcome. Just keep plugging away, keep going at it. It is like a muscle. And we are working the moon cycle muscles right now. And I, after doing this for, almost 10 years, a decade of me life, I'm noticing and really digging the triad new moons of Scorpio into Sagittarius into Capricorn. And we are kind of smack dab in the middle of this triad. And the reason I love this triad is because Scorpio new moon brings us to this place of seeing our shadows, of looking at our past, right? Where we've played small, where we've been holding ourselves back, where limiting beliefs are just being motherfuckers. And when we get to a space of seeing these shadows and being aware of these shadows, when we are given a place to move through them with grace, like let's go back to what Scorpio actually was. It was moving through and seeing and being present to and acknowledging and enveloping, embracing, and being motherfucking cool with that shadow space. So Scorpio cleared away a lot of the dirt and made space for a new foundation. Dig it? Are you following me? Cool. And this is why I love working with the celestial timepiece, because Scorpio cleared away the space. Now, Sag is having us take a moment to think bigger. Like, okay, I cleared away all this energy. Now what am I going to fill it with? Ooh, what am I going to fill it with? What cool thing do I get to create now? Right? And now we're seeing what we can actually build when we no longer limit our sense of expansion and infuse yes into our psyche. And that is what we're able to do with Sag right now. So that is the energy of our new moon Sagittarius. We got rid of shit with Scorpio. Now we're seeing a bigger picture, right? If you listen to the full moon in Gemini episode, it was about all of these puzzle pieces that we've been gathering. And shadow work is a part of these puzzle pieces because you become so much more aware of puzzle pieces we've been hiding, right? So now we get new puzzle pieces with Gemini, chitty chat, kitty cat, and now we see the bigger picture and can put those puzzle pieces into play, baby. So when we no longer limit our sense of expansion, that is what the Sagittarius vibe is bringing us with this new moon. Because if you were to want to change, right? Change, no matter what. I know we're making a genuine intentional change, but your brain is wired to see change as threatening until you are absolutely clear that the end game or the end goal is safe and doable. And we'll get into that here in a little bit with some rituals. Yet, right now, we're able to get super clarity on what we're building in the foundation of the energy that was cleared away with Scorpio. And then, and I might be jumping a little bit ahead, and then I said triad, remember? And then, sisters, misters, witches, wizards, boys, girls, diamonds, pearls, we are given the Capricorn new moon next, which is all about seeing that bigger vision and putting it into step by step. Ooh, baby, gonna get to you, girl. The step-by-steps of making that bigger vision happen. And that's what Capricorn is doing is you see the mountain, you see the end game, you see the tippy top of the mountain. That's where your arrow is going here in Sagittarius. And Capricorn is going to be like, all right, well, I see this mountain and I raised you a plan to get up that motherfucker. So I just wanted to kind of throw that down that Capricorn New Moon next is going to be getting really clear on the steps to make your shit happen. So this moon, right in the motherfucking middle, the middle path, if you will, is a super rad optimistic opportunity to use directed energy towards expansive, adventurous visions of courage and connection. So that is why I love this triad, and I know that was a super side bay PS. And I hope that in some way, shape, or form, because doing a small step is bigger than doing any step, no matter how small, is bigger than doing no step at all. Yes, Dr. Seuss, that is right. I don't know if that's Dr. Seuss, but it's Miss Kitty. So doing any step, no matter how small, is bigger than doing no step at all. I'm going to make that into a song. That's a new song lyric. What do you think? What do you think? Okay, let's get back to it. The bow hunting centaur is here with fire. Fire. It is a fire moon. Hi, Zola. Hi, Zola girl. Zola wants to say hi, everybody. Can you hear? She's wearing her elf sweater because we're so close to Yule. She's got little jingle bells on her sweater. Say hi, Zola. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, so we're here with a fire moon. This fire moon fire is all about forward momentum and passion and determination and movement. Forward momentum, some motherfucking movement. Also, Sagittarius rules the ninth house of astrology, and it's all about freedom. Freedom! I know we talk about George Michael often in this podcast. Rest in peace, bro. Didn't you die on Christmas? You died on Christmas, bro. You died on the 25th of December. So your anniversary's coming up, George Michael. Rest in peace, bro. So this is a super sweet, like, freedom vibe. Very setting the stage for making moves and grooves and setting intentions. You know, like we always are, we are taught, I guess, in the Gregorian calendar to set intentions on January 1st. And that's cool if that's what you want to do, boo. You go along with what feels good to your seasons. And what I do know is, in my practice, take what you need and the rest you can leave. Always, 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 always. This new moon is about like big visions and those big motherfucking hairy, audacious goal-setting adventures and taking risks. And that's kind of like a resolution vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like the take a risk intention and then just superpower supporting them with those boomerangs of Sagittarius arrows. So I personally set my intentions or do my resolutions or whatever it is you want to call it. I do it during the new moon of Sagittarius. And I make a board that has like a big arrow going from the bottom to the tippy top, kind of like that mountain I was just talking about. And that's what I write. I make quadrants and I write in what is my goal for my health and wellness? What is my goal for my relationship? What is my goal for my partnership? What is my goal for my blank, 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 blank? All of the above, right? A full encompassing compass of coolness that I create during the new moon of Sagittarius. And take what you need, leave the rest, whatever. You know, you do what feels best. You always take what you need and leave the rest as long as you do what feels the best. We're on a rhyme time today, baby. Yeah, so why wait for January 1st? I'm just asking. You don't have to answer. It's just a rhetorical question. Why wait for January 1st when you can do it right now? And girl, boo, honey, king, queen, I understand I'll just wait until after Christmas. I'll wait until after the holidays because I'm gonna be back with the treats and I'm gonna be drinking more wine than usual. You know, I'm gonna be eating all the rich foods and I'm just gonna let myself go until after the holidays, yo. And I'm just gonna ask, why? And if you don't do that, if that's not what you subscribe to, cool, boo. Although, I know myself and I know versions of myself that I used to be and that I still slip into sometimes because comfort, baby, comfort. And I'm asking as lovers and friends and as someone who truly cares about the mental state and health of our collective, our growing collective, I'm asking why wait till January 1st and why not start now? How now, brown cow? Right meow. With this fiery cycle that we have starting with Sagittarius. because this is a lucky lunation. Joining the ninth house of astrology is all about luck, and it's about long-term travel, and it's about spirituality and ethics, and I'll get into that here again in a moment. But it is absolutely about luck and using the universe, which also the universe, I just learned this, by the way, side bay. I just learned that your universe that you see out in front of you, or the universe that we are speaking to, or a spirit guide, or whatever you want to call it, right? That is actually just your subconscious playing the movie, right? Your subconscious is your universe. You are my universe, and I just want to put you first. Ooh, that one came up out of nowhere. Think about that though. Coldplay says, you are my universe, and I just want to put you first. Is he talking to someone else, or is he talking to himself? Because he is his own universe. You are your own universe. And using this lunation, this astrological space of support, now is the time to plant like super seeds, super sweet seeds that make you feel free. Seeds, say yes to the seeds that make you feel free. Not freeze. That's what we're doing here in Minnesota right now. Lots and lots of snow, and the deep freeze is coming, yo. And now is the time to plant seeds and say yes to what makes you feel free. So I'm just asking, why wait till January 1st? We can do it right now. And let's slay. Let's slay, baby. Okay. Cool. So, dig it? I'm still a little bouncy, flitty, flighty, butterfly-y from the full moon in Gemini. And if you've been here before, you understand that it's all going to come together in the end. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for being here. If you're brand new here, welcome. It's great to have you. I hope you dig it. Please let me know where you found me. How did you get shared or access to this super cool airwave awesomeness that we're sharing right now? Yeah, it's great to have you all. So the Scorpio new moon pulled us inward with an intensity that was really, really, like, I felt that shit in my bones. It almost legitly changed my energy. I think maybe, sisters and misters, that it changed my genetic helix. Like, this Scorpio season was a motherfucking whoa. An aha, take on me type of a moment for me. I don't know how yours was. Let me know. And what I do know is that now Sagittarius, because we took those action steps to clear clutter and open up energetic channels and make space with Scorpio, now we have the opportunity to harness the powers and possibilities of this expansive, optimistic, inspirational. This is the inspirational moon. This is the super optimistic moon. Maybe we need a little bit more of this in our lives right now, ladies and gentlemen. Sisters, misters, witches, wizards, to all of you out there in airwave land. Maybe we need a little bit of optimism right now in our lives. And if you need it, holla at your girl. That's what this moon is for. So let's utilize it because sometimes when we go through Scorpio season, it feels really forceful. It feels aggressive and almost like, why are you being so fucking mean to me? Like Regina George Mean Girls. Like, we only wear pink on Saturday. Is that what it was? Get it, loser. We're going shopping. Like, what kind of a mean-spirited, but also necessary? You know, when you have to say the thing that seems mean and it's not coming from a place of malice. Like, I know that our shadows don't come from a place of malice. And it could feel mean and forceful and aggressive to go through the ripping apart of our psyche, our subconscious. And now we get to put it back together again, Humpty Dumpty. And this Sagittarius moon being one of big vision thinking, ruled by Jupiter, the planet of luck and learning and travel and big motherfucking yes energy. This moon is meant to open, not even open doors. It's meant to blow the doors off the motherfucking hinges for you. Like, here we go. That's what's going on here. It's going to open up doors for your self-limiting beliefs to say, see you later, gator. After a while, crocodile ain't ever coming back, Jack. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back. No more, no more, no more, no more. I wasn't going to go super high. Whatever. That note was what you got. That's what you get. Because I'm not going to edit. That's what you get. Not going to edit. So this moon is meant to invite you into becoming the version of yourself that is bold and brighter and louder and braver and more wildly motherfucking confident than maybe you have ever been before. Wow. That feels really fucking big. That feels overwhelming in an excited way that really makes me smile and sparkle. And I hope it makes you smile and sparkle too. Because right now in our world, in the cosmos, in the moon cycles, in the phases, in the timeline that we are currently playing in, as it may be sometimes, there is so much more opportunity for us than maybe we are giving this timeline credit for. And there is no more room for shoulds. Honey bunny boo boo, talking to you, talking to me, actually. Me. As I do these episodes, I talk to me, and I hope that that message reaches you too. And there is no more time for shoulds. No more shoulding your pants. No more shoulding the bed. It is now, we are now playing the game of coulds. Okay? What could I create if I said yes to? What could I grow into if I stretched myself to? What could my life look like if I sparked myself to? Use that fire. Use that fire energy, right? Use that fire. My dog is itching to go outside, and he only goes outside to go outside and then come inside. I call it a treat scam. If you're hearing a little scratching, it's because my little Thomas Jefferson puppy is scratching at the door so he can go outside to then jump back inside and get a treat. And it's getting old. So that's what you just heard, is me being like, stop it, TJ. And I threw a little Post-it note at his butt. So back to the coulds. The coulds. TJ, that's enough. TJ. This rhythm that we're in this cycle is a stretch yourself moon, right? What am I stretching myself into? What can I realign myself into? This is the realignment moon. Like I said, the stretch yourself moon, the opportunity moon. This is the stop playing small moon. And I said it in the beginning. Stop playing small, all things small. All the small things. Na 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 na. No more playing small, all the small things. Cool. All the small things. All the smart things aren't right for you anymore. That's what Blink-182 wants to tell you, is that all the small things are not feeling right any longer. And now you are in an upgrade era. You are in your upgrade era. Write it down if you have to. Write it on your bathroom mirror. I am on an upgrade era. No more playing na 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 na, all the small things anymore. Okay? I mean, you can play the song, but don't have it in your game anymore. It's not in your personal operating system to play small any fucking longer. Cool? Cool. High five. All right. As the Archer, let's go back to Sagittarius. Let's go back to Sagittarius and what it stands for. As the Archer, ruling the 9th house of astrology, the house of higher learning and radical honesty with yourself and the world. Big picture belief systems is what we're ruling. Spirituality, long distance travel, ethics, and philosophy. Philosophy, Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days. Whew. It's a problem-free philosophy, Hakuna Matata. Ooh, that one felt good. That was my inner child there for you. Oh, thanks. Thanks, everybody. The arrow of the Archer, symbolizes direction and action and swift forward motion and directed energy, focused energy, and most importantly, vision. Motherfucking vision. Dig it, right? And when vision comes up, I feel like a lot of people get really kind of scared. when you bring up the word vision, because vision is scary in the sense of it's the unknown. It's the what ifs. It's the, well, and like I said, it's not, we're no longer in the shoulds, we're in the coulds. And when your vision is really like, what could I do? What could I be? What could I create? What could I have and be and do and learn? What could I bring to the world? What could I give as a gift that fulfills me and my brothers and sisters and witches and wizards and sisters and misters at the same time? What vision is that? Because a vision is necessary, is a clear vision is what we need to upgrade. And if we're in an upgrade era, is our vision of what we're upgrading into clear as a bell. Ring-a-ling-a-ling, you can hear my little elf bells right there. Zola, nice timing, baby, nice timing. Ring-a-ling-a-ling, my bell, ring my bell. Super clear as a bell. Because, seriously, boo, TJ, settle down now. Seriously, boo, how can you aim your arrow at something you can't or haven't taken the time to? You can't see it, or you haven't taken the time to see it or even dream it into reality. If we don't take the time to dream things into reality, to see them and feel them, right? It's like your movie that you get to play. Like, what's the end game? You know, how can you work on expansion? This is an expansion moon. How can you expand when you haven't taken the time, the intentional time to widen your perspective? And, you know, I think about following directions or following steps, step by step, right? In Capricorn, we're coming up to steps. So how are you climbing the mountain if you are unable to see the steps? Like, how can you follow intentional directions if we don't have a map that shows us the bigger picture, right? This is a big picture thinking moon. And honestly, like, these are questions I'm asking myself, right? This is vulnerability time, ladies and gentlemen. How on earth are we as a collective going to play a bigger game full of purpose and connection and fuck yes and that awesome feel good, make me tingle in my Pringles energy, right? What happens when you aren't even in the right arena? Because you're like, what even sport am I playing? We want to play a bigger game. It sounds fucking amazing. Like, yeah, of course I want to be bolder and badass-ier and braver and more courageous and confident and shiny. Shine bright like a diamond. I want to shine multifaceted, Gemini. And that sounds awesome. Yeah, I want to play stadiums full of 30,000 people. And what are the steps? What is the clarity? If you're not even in the right arena, how can you play the game? And that's what Sagittarius is here for. Where is your arrow even motherfucking pointing? Right? What's the target? What's the end game? What's the goal? Because that's what I do know. I know this about my brain, and maybe you do this too, boo, is when I have an end game or an end point, and this is how I know how to make goals happen. And we can talk about goals. I kind of actually want to do a little workshop on goals too. I want to do tons and tons and tons of workshops, and I'm looking forward to having the house of all of these workshops very, very soon. So you can plug in to win. And when I make goals, I need an end game. It needs to be time constrained, so to speak. You know when you're working and right, you're going through the motions and doing your routine and kicking ass and maybe not kicking ass and feeling good and feeling bad and doing the levels and doing the roller coaster. And when you have something to look forward to, right? Think about the vacation. Think about the holiday, or think about the holiday break. Think about I know I'm going to pay off my student loan or pay off, you have an end goal, you have an end game, you can see it, you can feel it, you know it's coming, and you stay excited for it. Our brains need that, crave that. That is the desire of making a resolution or an intention or a goal actually happen. Is yes, there's excitement when you think about it, and there's an end goal where you can see it, feel it, touch it, bring it back, watch it, turn it, leave it, stop, format it. You can bring it into your mind piece. And that's why I always have like a vacation on my schedule for the doldrums of winter here in Minnesota. I feel like because we live in Minnesota, I live in Minnesota, I tell myself that I deserve a little sunshine vacay every year, and that's what I plan for. Plan for it, and it makes me show the fuck up. And it doesn't have to be a big grandiose vacation. But, and, that's what I know about brains, is that when you are making changes, when you are expanding perspectives, when you are looking at the arena of playing a bigger, badass-ier, bolder game, change, making a genuine intentional change no matter how big or small, always feels threatening until you are clear on it. Super, super de-duper clear. Because goals after excitement deserve consistency of the end goal, the pinpoint, right? I play something called the pinpoint game, and we'll get into that here in a moment too. But what I do know, sisters and misters, ladies and gentlemen, is utilizing this moon to bring pillars together. And Sagittarius is known as the bridge, right? The bridge between wisdom and intuition, or intellect and intuition. The bridge between your mind and magic. The bridge between alchemy. Or it's a very alchemal moon, so to speak, because you're bringing yourself, both of yourself, your logic and your intuition into the middle, and you are creating a middle path. And getting clear on where you are going, what you are doing, what you are creating, who you are becoming, what you are bringing into this timeline is not just necessary. You deserve that. You deserve to get clear on all of those things and more. And that's what this moon is bringing to you, boo. Right? Because that's what we get. We are being given this gift after doing the dingy, dirty, nasty work. We now get the planet and the zodiac sign of luck and expansion and spirituality and radical honesty, right? Being honest with ourselves. That's what we did in Scorpio. We were honest with ourselves about our past and our traumas and our triggers. And now in Sagittarius, we get super radically honest about our future and what we want to become and who we want to grow into. And then we get the radical honesty of Capricorn of how do I make this happen? Where am I going to put my energy with that earth sign to solidify this structure that I now get to become and build from? And vision is really, really, really important, right? You have so many different puzzle pieces. And that's what's so amazing about every single human body, being, soul. We are human beings because we have a thumbprint, a blueprint that is unlike anyone else's. Your life and the way that you have lived it, what you have created, what you have become, the choices you have made are yours and yours alone. So competition is not a thing because no one is going to do it like you, boo. No one is going to bring it forward with the message or the background or the lessons learned that you can bring it forward. That no one's going to do it the way you do. That's just all I got to say. I know that was a little bit of a tangent. I love going on tangents. Thank you, Sidebase, for coming with me on these. And it's time to expand. It's time to make the map. It's time to see the vision. It's time to get clear as a bell. Okay? Okay. Now, I know that was a lot. Thanks for sticking around. Let's take a drink. A breath and a drink, shall we? Let's spill the tea. Ooh-wee, spill the tea. Okay, I'm going to go into some correspondences. And then, all that cool symbol stuff. And then we are going to get into some small rituals. If you want to do some small rituals, the Magic Game Board is currently up on the website. Thank you to those of you that let me know that the Full Moon Gemini board was not showing up. You have to press publish on your website, by the way, after you do all of your Jimmy Jam rock and rollin' on your website. You have to publish it or else it's just going to show up as the old version. So thank you to those of you that reached out and said, hey, I want your game board. And it's not available because I went back and republished, and there it was. Boom, shakalaka, Shaka Khan, I feel for you. So thank you. I appreciate that. And the game board for Sagittarius is now available on the MagicisMessy.com homepage. It is a journal prompt. It's got journal prompts on the bottom for this lunation. It's got plugins, 26 different ways to plug into the Sagittarius energy that is swirling around all of us as a collective. We are all feeling it. So if you are looking for a new way to play or looking for somewhere to start making a genuine intentional change, the game board is meant to bring you to a space of play, because change and play go together like ram-a-lam-a-lam-a-lam-a ding-a-ding-da-dong, like two peas in a pod. So there's that. Dig it, dig it. All right, let's get into some correspondence. Let's do dat, diddy, dat. And then I will get into some rituals and a couple questions and a whole bunch of other stuff. Yes? Okay, cool. Welcome. Here we grow. Per usual, let's always start with our colors, shall we? Let's start with our colors. For Sagittarius, your colors are deep purple, right? Like purple rain purple to symbolize wisdom and spirituality. Maybe some royal blue to think about expansion and abundance and having the world, having your own kingdom to now create. Some gold, right? Purple and gold. Skull Vikings, purple and gold, and Prince as well, by the way. Gold is a great one. It's kind of, it's very a Jupiter color. Think about like exploration and adventure and finding your treasure, if you will. Also, you can always go with the fire element, fiery orange, red for courage and passion and all that jazz. Crystals for my crystal witches, out there, holla at your girl. Maybe some lapis lazuli for clarity of purpose, speaking your truth as well if you're being radically honest. Maybe some citrine for that optimistic, sunshiny day type of an energy. Also abundance and expansion on the solar plane, right? Like we're expanding on the moon plane when we do our inner work, expanding on the solar plane when we're doing the outer work or the giving work. Maybe some amethyst, that deep purple, to deepen your spiritual connection and maybe make your intuition a bit more visionary, big vision style jazz-ola with that one. Maybe some sodalite for, again, honest communication and maybe a little bit more exploration of your intellect, getting a little bit deeper into your third eye mind space and finding a bit more clarity with your big vision. And then tiger's eye. Because doing all of this work, being present to expansion, requires bravery and courage and a little bit of help with directional focus. So the tiger's eye is really good. Kind of like that, where's your arrow pointing for the archer theme of Sagittarius, we can use a tiger's eye as well. Yeah. Some flowers or some herbs that you might want to utilize on your altar could be sage, cinnamon, clove. Also good for the Yuletide blessings coming up. Cinnamon, clove, rosemary, dandelions. I mean, if you can find them, maybe some sunflowers would be good as well for that fiery, bold energy, that shiny energy. Some scents or incense, if you want to diffuse, could be frankincense, maybe cedar, cinnamon, sandalwood, or any citrus blend could be great as well. Some foods, if you want to integrate some foods into your rituals, you could choose some spiced drinks, maybe some wassail for Yule, some spiced cider, maybe some hot cocoa with a little bit of cinnamon in there, some chai, or if you mulled anything would be great for this season, this cycle, this moon cycle, the season and the moon cycle. So if you're working with the wheel of the year, those are great as well. Some foods, on top of that, maybe some honey. Some oranges. I literally just ate an orange this morning. I'm not sure why. I was just feeling it. So maybe I'm feeling those fiery orange solar vibes we got going there. Or any travel inspired dishes. Maybe you want to do some Thai, maybe some Indian, maybe some Laotian, maybe some Italian, anywhere that brings you to a place of cultural exploration, because Sagittarius is the sign of long distance travel and exploration and adventure and taking risks and saying yes to the universe. And sometimes that means new foods. So try some new foods with your badass. Some archetypes or deities that maybe you want to work with could be Artemis, the archer, yes. Zeus, also better maybe known as Jupiter and Zeus. Maybe Brigid for inspiration, exploration, inspiration, and the flame. The flame. Think of Bridget as the flame. Maybe Hermes, the winged messenger, or Mercury, if you want to call him that too. The messenger, the travel, communication, or any archetype of the explorer, the seeker, the truth teller, the teacher, the learner, I really like the seeker, right? The truth seeker, or the sayer, the truth sayer. That kind of an archetype or a vibe would be great. And some symbols, if you wanted to put some symbols on your altar to recognize the Sagittarius vibration, you could choose a bow and arrow, right? The Centaur, or a horse would be good. The Centaur, actually, Chiron, the wounded hero, is a Centaur. And Chiron is known for wisdom and truth and justice and the explorative ways of finding knowledge. So Chiron would be good. Anything that brings you to a vibe of achieving distant aims with focus, right? Anything that reminds you of where your arrow is pointing. Maybe a globe, a map, a compass, a passport, a ticket, a souvenir from traveling would be a good thing on your altar. A shooting star. Could you be my lucky star? I thought it was shooting star, but it was lucky star, could you shine on me wherever you are. Little Madonna. Anything that symbolizes a road or a pathway or a highway could be a good one. Life is a highway. I want to ride it all night long. Oh, gimme, yeah. Yeah, I dig that song. I dig that song a lot. How about books or a diploma or a scroll would be good for gaining knowledge, learning, higher learning. Bring me a higher love. Oh, maybe some divination tools like a pendulum, your tarot deck, maybe some dowsing rods if you use that, some scrying mirrors, something that symbolizes divination and reaching your higher peak of consciousness and spirituality. Also, side bay divination is great for Sagittarius. And if you're itching for some insight or craving a little bit more clarity, right? We're all about clarity of vision right now, my boos, talking to yous. Maybe if you need a little dose of tough love real talk, my books are open. My books are open for tarot readings, and I've been really digging connecting with all of you that are reaching out and making tarot a part of your reflection, right? Your practice of reflecting back to you and speaking to your divine, because the tarot is divination. Speaking to yourself through the divine, reflecting back to yourself what you know is already true, but need to be reminded, because that's what the tarot is. It is all about action. For me, take what you need, the rest you can leave. It is all about action. So if you are craving a little bit more action or clarity about which way to go, my books be open. Check it out, MagicisMessy.com. Cool. Okay, a couple more symbols, and then we will move on. Let's see. The tarot card, speaking of tarot, the tarot card of Sagittarius is Temperance. And for me, Temperance is all about alchemy, okay? Blending, like I said earlier, the middle path, blending intellect with intuition, blending mind with magic, blending our logical scientific with metaphysical divine. Blending these and creating a balance, because what you pour into yourself is what you then get to pour into the world, right? Finding this balance and this moderation and this middle path. So Temperance is a really good card to put on your altar. Anything that symbolizes fire and passion and luck and money, or feathers that represent flight or freedom, right? That travel, or anything that symbolizes adventure, expansion, and that gets you excited for pinpointing your super clear vision for what you get to become in the future. What intentions are you setting? What resolutions are you making? And what does it look like in order to get there? And we're going to get into a ritual here in just a moment. But a couple things I wanted to ask you. So those are your symbols. A couple things I wanted to ask you, a couple questions I wanted to put forward are: what limiting belief is blocking your arrow? What adventure do you crave, yet you are allowing yourself to play small? Like you crave it, but you're not allowing yourself to perform it. You're not allowing yourself to have it. And this is where you are playing small. And I just want to ask you that before we get into these rituals. What limiting beliefs are blocking your arrows, and what are you aching to expand about yourself, about what you give to the world, about the way you show up, about who you're becoming? What are you just fucking craving to expand about yourself? Because with Scorpio, we were given that space to clear. With Sag, now you see where you were playing small, and now you get to dream bigger. Because this is a moon of radical honesty. Scorpio and Sagittarius are boldly, bluntly, blindingly motherfucking honest. Scorpio about your past, Sagittarius about your future. Capricorn is going to be about the right fucking now. And I just wanted you to sit with yourself on a couple of those questions before we move into your rituals. Okay? So the first ritual I have, and you know, I love... okay, pause, bring it back. A couple quick plugins first. Maybe every single day of this, maybe even just the waxing phase, right? From the new moon to the full moon, every single day during that waxing phase, because waxing is all about action. Light a candle. It can be the same candle. Light a candle on your altar after you set up all your symbols, and you know, just a little small step is bigger than no step at all, remember? Setting up your altar, setting up a space where you can light a candle and just say, or whisper, or yell, or scream, or be present to one word. I know a lot of people choose their word of the year. Why do we wait till January 1st? Start it right now. Right now, boo. Right now. Because you're being given a gift in order to do so. So light a candle and whisper one single word every time you light that candle during the waxing phase, and even beyond, especially if it feels good. If it's your entire year word, it could be brave. It could be expand. It could be yes. It could be something so simple, yet so powerful. So maybe a small plug-in you want to do is light a candle and whisper a single word, your word of the year, every single day, baby. And that's just your moment of reminding yourself of your power and reminding yourself that you are creating your universe. With every word, words are spells. That's why it's called spelling. They are powerful. Another thing you could do to do a small little plug-in is to learn one thing a day. I know it's not a little thing to do, but learn one thing a day, right? Like a little, maybe get yourself a fact calendar, or maybe do a random super awesome tidbit of the day every day. Maybe you do a Jeopardy answer, or learn one thing every day, one page of a book, because those small little steps compound into big interest. And if you're interested in it, you want to keep that interest compounding. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Maybe you want to book something for your future, or book something your future self would be really, really proud of you for booking, like a class or a workshop. And I don't mean a certification, because you do not need another certification, baby. Talking to myself, maybe the message hits you too, boo. You do not need another fucking certification to verify your value in the world. By the way, I'm talking about a class, like a tap class, or learning an instrument, or something that your future self is going to be like, yeah, I'm so fucking glad we did this. And maybe a certification is a part of it, and I just needed to say that if you are one of those people that has this idea of where you want to go and who you want to be and the business you want to create and, you know, the person you want to step into, and you're like, oh, but no one's going to buy from me, and no one's going to like what I have, and they're going to think that I'm an imposter, and they're going to think I'm super fake because they don't know what I'm talking about. You totally know what you're talking about. You've been living it. You've been doing it. You're interested in it. It's great. And the world deserves the message that you have waiting for us. So give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me, baby, said Rick James. Give it to me, baby. Okay. Tangent. Maybe you needed that. I needed that. So ask yourself a couple of those questions. And where was I even with that? Oh, yeah. You want to book a reading. Fuck. Book a reading. I'm going to book myself a reading with a tarot person that's not me. I myself am booking a reading for Sagittarius season. Why? Because I deserve it. And I want a little bit more clarity that's not coming from my channel. I want another channel to reflect back to me. And that's what I love about tarot, is I get to be a channel to reflect back to you what you crave to know and make moves that you are absolutely aching to make. The ache to make. Dig it, dig it. Okay. Yeah, those are a couple little plugins. Let's get into some big rituals. Some big rituals. The becoming board. A lot of people say vision board. I have currently in the last couple of years changed mine to a becoming board. And the reason for that is because I like to see what I'm becoming. I like to see the pinpoint. Don't get me wrong. I put my end game photos on there. So I see the end and I also see the journey. I see the journey and the destination, which is, what about that? What you know about that? Because what I do, take what you need, the rest you can leave, is I create, a 3M big board or a poster board. And I have little pods of possibility going on. I see the end game, and then around it with smaller pictures or smaller words, I use words a lot, kind of like those web, you see those big web things. I put the end game pinpoint, and then I also put little photos of what images I will see on the journey. Okay. For example, I want to run a mile or I want to become a marathon runner. You see the picture of yourself passing the finish line and you see a picture of your MP3 player, your water bottle, all together. You see a picture of your shoes from above, looking down at your shoes on the pavement, in the snow, in the rain, whatever that looks like. You see a picture of a workout outfit that you are going to buy for yourself to remind yourself of how fucking badass you are and how good you look and how rad it is that you're showing up for yourself. You're going to, you have the endpoint picture and then you have the pictures, the images, or the reminders of what you're going to go through, what you're going to get to go through on the way to becoming that end goal, that pinpoint. So that is a becoming board, like making pods of possibility. Okay. That's really exciting to do. Or maybe you do a Pinterest board. I don't know how you want to do it. And however it feels good to you, whatever feels best, forget all the rest. Okay. The next one I have for you is the life by design ritual, the confidence ritual. And this kind of reshapes your subconscious. Remember I said earlier that your subconscious, your universe is actually your subconscious playing a movie from a lens that you are creating. And when you work on your subconscious, you change the lens that the movie gets played into or the movie gets played through. So therefore your reality and your universe changes. That is how simple it can be. I know, right? I know. Just so simple and difficult all at the same time. All wrapped into a crazy cosmic conundrum. But this life by design / confidence spell ritual, what I'd love for you to do, ladies and gents, sisters and misters, is I want you to think about 3 different versions of what you could create in the next 5 years. 3 years? Let's do 3 years even. 3 years, okay? The first visual you are going to bring up in your mind space is the visual of what it would look like to stay exactly the same. And allow that ache to sink in. You have the same job, you have the same house, you have the same routine, you have the same partner, you have the same eating habits, you have the same problems, triggers, trauma, you have the same everything. And think about what that would look like. And start with this one because I'm hoping it'll make you uncomfortable, maybe make you a little bit, not disappointed per se. Like, don't guilt and shame yourself. When I've done this before, like that one makes me disgusted. I'll be honest. Not embarrassed to say that. It makes me fucking disgusted. Because I'm like, ain't no motherfucking way I'm staying the same. Let's play a new game. What arena am I playing in? Let's play a new game because that one is not, it ain't the one. I'm not saying I hate my life by any means. No, that boomerang is not going out into the universe. No complaints from this kitten. And I know where I shoot my arrow can be a lot bigger, better, bolder, badass-ier, yo. Okay? Right back at you, boo. So think about what it would look like in 3 years if you stayed the same and played the same game. Okay? Okay. Now, the next thing you're going to think about, the next version, the second version you're going to think about is making a radically different change. If you quit your job and followed your heart and your intuition, if you completely took a crazy risk and created a food truck or, said that crazy, hairy ass, bodacious yes. Good gracious ass is bodacious. Yes. That yes. If you moved out of state, if you moved to a different country, if you did something so fucking radical that it almost is like, oh my goddess, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. Oh my goddess, is this really happening? That kind of a vibe. And think about the possibilities. Think about what that future would look like, how exciting, how butterfly in your belly it would be. How absolutely crazy psychotic am I to be doing this radical change? Like, what adventure does that look like, Dora? Go exploring, Dora. Yeah, do it. Do it. Swiper, no swiping. What would it look like to be radically different and make that move, make that change? Make that change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh, that one came out of nowhere. I'm asking him to change his ways. Ain't no massage that'll bend any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Na 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 na. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. The last version of your next 3 years that I want you to get really clear on and feel into and just be present to what it feels like. Because this ritual is meant to expand you and that perspective to things that maybe you haven't even thought of before, right? All the possibilities, babies. This ritual doesn't force you. It lovingly creates space and support for you to zoom out and think so fucking big and ask bigger fucking questions and imagine different routes and paths and highways. I want to ride it all night long, like Lionel Richie. Gimme, 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 yeah! Right? All those pathways that maybe your brain couldn't even comprehend yet. Because you are just zooming out and you are playing a game. You're playing the Life by Design confidence spell game ritual, boo. And just be present to what would the vision look like if you didn't have to worry about money or anyone else's motherfucking opinions. This is the doesn't matter, I'm unstoppable and I know my worth vision. I know that I am plugged into the game of the universal ping pong and I am riding the wave of, oh my goodness gracious, wow. Life is wow. The life is wow visual. What does that feel and look like? That's what I want to know. So that is the third and final ritual. And write them down. And I'm hoping that this brings you to a space of just more clarity and more, like I said, more possibilities. This is an opportunity, possibility, stretch yourself moon. The make big moves and grooves. It got moves and grooves up on the shelf type of a moon. So don't be afraid to think bigger, think bolder, think brighter. Ooh, shine a little brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Ooh, that was a good one to end on. Yeah? All right. We're going to be brighter. We're going to be better. We're going to be bigger. Just have faith and believe in the universe and finally stop playing small, y'all. What did Dr. Seuss say? What did Dr. Seuss say? No, it wasn't Dr. Seuss. It was me. It was Kitty D. It was me, Kitty D. It may be overwhelming to stop playing small, yet every step taken is better than not taking one at all. I literally have that in my notes. And kind of slash Dr. Seuss slash Kitty. Kind of like Michael Scott slash Wayne Gretzky slash Michael Scott. Dig it? Okay. So yeah, I think boys, girls, diamonds and pearls, guys, gals, and all my non-binary pals, to all my witches and wizards out there in airwave land, that is all I have for you on this New Moon and Sag episode. And if you leave with anything, to all my returning listeners, I love you. To all of my brand new peeps, thanks for being here. I hope you come back again and again and again, again and again and again. I'm going to leave you with this, okay? The arrows that are available to you can always be directed and fine-tuned. With focus, with passion, with directed energy, trust yourself and the universe by the power of 3 So mote it be. Love that message. That's what I want to leave you with. May you utilize this explosive energy to dream bolder, see bigger, expand your perspective, and take radical responsibility. And be honest about what you are capable of creating. Take accountability for the person you get to become and be willing to scream, yes, 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 to the universe in the face of fear, in the face of uncertainty, and in the face of the unknown. Use your mind and your magic to blend your powers of intuition with intellect. And don't be afraid of making it a motherfucking mess. Yes, a mess. Make it messy, babies. Thank you for listening, sharing, subscribing, supporting. Thank you for being a part of these airwaves and this podcast. Thank you for booking a reading or signing up for any one of our rad live workshops. Like, that is what keeps this podcast going. I love connecting with those of you that take the action and initiative to book a reading. I absolutely adore being a part of your practice. To all of you that are listening, to all of you that have been a part of this collective, we are growing and it is showing, and I have you to thank for that. So cheers to growth, cheers to connection, cheers to community, cheers to clarity and bigger vision. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy Yule, y'all. And I'll see you for the next one. Thank you. Mwah.